How's it going, everybody? David Hedge here of House Hedge Gaming, and today I'm going to unbox a pre-release kit of the newest set for Magic the Gathering, Duskmourn, House of Horror. Now, I wasn't able to make it to the pre-release, but I was able to pick up a kit and some of the play boosters and a nice little sticker sheet to go along with it. I know my wife's going to really enjoy these, but let's go and unbox these and see what evils lurk inside. Now, for those that don't know, with this set, Duskmourn is a plane that is basically a haunted mansion, but it's a little bit more than that. You see, there was a girl and her family that lived in this house, and she was picked on by a lot of bullies. So she made a deal with a demon to take care of these bullies, but in doing so, the demon got bigger and stronger and was able to pretty much take over the entire plane by turning it into its own haunted house that planeswalkers and legends of Magic the Gathering Multiverse had to traverse and go through all these horrors, and I don't think that they're done just yet. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. Like, it's already, you got the house interior here, so many different rooms, and definitely a bit of a scary time to say the least. Let's go on ahead and open this, and already having issues. And what's to say? Welcome to your new forever home. Because in Duskmourn, once it gets a hold of you, you're not going anywhere. So let's open this up here, and as you can see, this is the main villain, Valgaloth, I do believe is how to pronounce the name. If not, I'll correct it in the right below, and you'll see how bad I misspelled it, or missaid it. So we got that. We have some locked door tokens here. There's a new mechanic that they did for enchantments called rooms, to where when you play them, you can play them as one side or the other, but whichever side you don't play, that room is locked, which you'll be able to unlock it later on. We also got +1/+1 counters here, and -1/-1 counters. We got stun, we have flying, we have a few others here, but let's go ahead and open this up and see what this looks like inside. Alright, I'm going to bust this open here. Our pre-release card. Oh, cool. So we got a Haunt Woods Shrieker. Alright, so this features the new, not new, it's a revised version of Manifest called Manifest Dread, where you're able to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose one, and you get to manifest it as a 2/2. And then be able to flip it over if it's a creature. But having that option of doing 2 cards and one goes to the graveyard, the other one goes to play, definitely going to help a lot of graveyard recursion decks. But with this one, 3/3 for 3, whenever a Shrieker, Hauntwood Shrieker attacks, manifest Dread, and then pay a green and 1, reveal target face down permanent. If it's a creature, you may turn it face up. Not a bad mythic. I haven't had a mythic as the pre-release card in a while, so really awesome to get that. And then we have the door tokens in here, and then we also have the card. If you're thinking about redeeming this, it has already been done. Don't worry about it. I forgot to just cover it up. Alright. So we also have a little bit of a sheet here telling you how to build your deck. Tips on how to build a 40-card deck for sealed, because sometimes with this gives you a basis, but there's a lot of times in the game where your deck might benefit more if you have other spells more than you do creatures, and so on and so forth, or you might want to build a little bit more than 40 cards. And there's some players that go anywhere between 42, 46. I had one person just take all 6 packs, jam them together, and they actually went 3-1. That's how it always works sometimes. We have a spin down die. I love the symbol on this. Here, I'm actually putting this in a few here. Love that coloration on it. And we got these 6 packs, and we have a nice little divider card here. And now we're going to just bring the camera a little bit closer, and we'll take a look at what's in these along with the 2 others I got. Alright, here we go. Pack 1. And these are the play boosters. They're not the regular boosters that we're accustomed to from years past, where it's like 1 rare. This one can be multiple rares and mythics, and so on and so forth. And there'll be a little bit of a theme between them as well, I do believe. So it's like take the best of draft boosters from past, plus the set boosters they used to do, and turn them into one cool item. So we're just going to bypass these unless I come across some of the alternate faces, the showcase arts. But we'll get to the uncommons and then the rare mythics. So let's go ahead and get past this here. Here's the new rooms, if you want to take a look. Like I said, they're enchantments. You get to play one side or the other, but whichever side you don't play, you get to lock that door, and then later on unlock it, and that'll be the full room. So, alright, we have a Cynical Loner. Can't be blocked by Glimmers. Glimmers are basically like the good spirits in this house that helps the survivors make it through from room to room. And Survival. At the beginning of your second main phase of Cynical Loner is tap. You may search your library for a card, and if you do, put it into your graveyard, and then shuffle your deck. So this is Entomb on a stick. So there's plenty of ways to be able to tap this creature and be able to go through your deck's second main phase and be able to find a card, put it in your graveyard, and then reanimate it later on down the line. Or find a spell with flashback, things of that nature. This is really good. 3/1 body for 2 is not bad either. I wish that would have been switched to be a 1/3. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. This is going to see a lot of play. I see Springleaf Drum's new best friend right here. Next we have Greenhouse and Rickety Gazebo. So the Greenhouse, lands you control have tap at 1 mana of any color. Pretty cool. You got mana fix in there. And then Rickety Gazebo, when you unlock this door, mill 4 cards, then return up to 2 permanents from among them into your hand. So super regrowth. Both sides of this, love that room. Alright, Ghostly Keybearer, flying 3/3 for 4. When it deals combat damage to a player, unlock a locked door of up to 1 target room you control. So this breaks down those doors a little bit more. You don't need a key, you just need a ghost to go through it. Alright, and then next we have Defiled Crypt and Cadaver Lab. Alright, Defiled Crypt. When 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, put a 2/2 black horror enchantment creature token into play. This ability triggers only once each turn. Alright, so if you got recursion going on, this is definitely going to help you get a few more bodies on the ground. And then Cadaver Lab, for 1 black, when you unlock this door, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So, Raise Dead, not bad. Being able to bring something back later on, I like it. Next we have, oh, here we go. Alright, Overlord of the Hauntwoods. So this is one of the cards that was previewed very beginning when Duskmourn first got spoiled. And now it's, yeah, I'm glad I got this card. It's really cool. This brings into play whenever it taps or enters. You get to create a tapped colorless land token named Everywhere, and it is every basic land type. So this is one of those first times you have an enchantment creature to be able to bring in some extra lands. And plus it has Impending of 4. It's like a reverse form of Banishing from back in the day, or Vanishing, where you put a certain number of tokens on it, you remove them at the beginning of each end step, and then when there's no more tokens on it, this becomes a creature and you'll be able to fully attack. But you'll be able to get a bonus out of it just by paying for the cheaper cost. If you want to wait a little bit, then you'll have the big 6/5 when you play it for 5 mana. And it's in green, so you're definitely going to be ramping up to it anyway. But not a bad first pick right there. And then we have Murky Sewer. We have an Untimely Malfunction. Love that. And then we have... Ooh. I want to know what Wizards was thinking with the spider, because this is one of the creepiest son of a guns I've seen them do in quite some time. Yeah. No comment on that. Alright, so right off the bat, if I was playing Concealed, yeah, I'd be playing Mono Green. Or Green and X. So let's go with the next one. Alright, open this up here. Alright, get that door out of the way. And I'm just going to bypass these here until we get to the uncommons. Alright, we have Fear of Being Hunted. A 2/1 and 4/2 for 1 and 2 red. Haste must be blocked if able. They did a lot of Fear of blank cards. I think it was like 13 or 14. Each one is just as hideous as the last. Like this artwork. The artwork for the set is creepy as all get out, and it's really cool to see how they went from the cutesy stuff that we got from Bloomburrow to this Mamma Jamma right here. Like, look, that is ugly son of a gun. Alright, next we have the Rootwise Survivor. 2 green and 3/4 haste survival. If it's at the beginning of your second main phase, if this is tapped, put 3+1/+1 counters up to 1 target land card, basically giving you a land creature and it gains haste until your next turn. So, not bad, gives you an extra body at some point. Next, Fear of Isolation, a 2/3 for 2 as an additional cost, return a permanent you control to your hand, and it's flying. So a decent little body. You have to return something to your hand, but with as many token generators and free artifacts that are coming out, I can see this being played somehow. And plus an enchantment, not bad. Next up, Brood Spinner. A black-green for a 2/3 with reach. When it enters, surveil 2, and you can sacrifice Brood Spinner. Brood Spinner, excuse me, for green, black, and 4. Create a number of 1/1 black and green insect creature tokens with flying equal to the number of card types among cards in your graveyard. And that's not a sorcery, so being able to do that instant speed, yeah, get a bunch of black-green insects, like 4 or 5 of them by the time it's all said and done. Delirium's best friend right here. And now we have Marvin, Murderous Mimic. 2/2 for 2. It has all activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have the same name as this creature. This is seeing a lot of discussion right now because there's so many different combos you can do, whether it be standard, modern, commander, you name it. This is going to see a lot of play in a lot of different decks. And plus, it is a creepy doll. What more can you ask for? We have a mountain-based land, and we have a foil. We have the Moldering Gym and the Weight Room. Not bad. Alright, cool. You get to search for basic land with this side, and you get Manifest Dredge with this side, and you put 3 counters on that creature. So basically making a 5/5 for 6. That could possibly be something bigger when you flip it. Alright, pretty cool. Next one. So yeah, so far it would have been going straight to green with this set. Let's go ahead and flip this over, get through some of these. Eyes with teeth. Yeah, that's some nightmare fuel right there. Alright. Okay, we got our first showcase. We have Unwanted Remake. White instant, destroy target creature. Its controller, Manifest Dread. Love that card. It's 1 white removal spell. Yeah, they get the Manifest Dread, but what if they get 2 lands? You get to deal with a 2/2 instead of dealing with a much bigger creature, especially if it's a commander. Being able to get rid of somebody's commander for 1 white, it's not bad at all. Next, we have Growing Dread. So we have for green and blue flash, when it enters Manifest Dread, creatures, whenever you turn a permanent face up, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So yeah, not bad. Being able to get a creature out amongst it with Growing Dread, and then being able to possibly flip it and make it a little bit bigger later on. Pretty good. Infernal Phantom, a red and 3 for 2/3, has Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, or whenever you fully unlock a room, Infernal Phantom gets +2/+0 until end of turn, and when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Yeah, I'm a fan of this. This would definitely be a pain in the butt to deal with in limited, but also I could see in the right circumstances this be a big problem for somebody in constructed, especially in Commander. Building around the enchantment Eerie mechanic would be pretty cool. Duskmourn's Domination for 2 blue and 4. You get a enchantment aura. You control enchanted creature. The enchanted creature gets -3/-0 and loses all abilities. So this one, I've seen better effects. I mean, I understand it. You'd be able to control somebody's commander and all, but you know what? There's better effects that does the same thing. It's a little bit cheaper, but in sealed, you take what you can get. The Jolly Balloon Man. One of, if not my favorite artworks in this set because of just how dang creepy this is. Blowing up people's severed heads, skin them, and then making them into balloons. If this isn't a horror movie villain, I don't know what is. But it has haste, 1/4 for a red, white, and 1. Pay 1 and tap, create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control, except it's a 1/1 red balloon creature in addition to its other colors and types, and it has flying and haste. You sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. You're activating as a sorcery. I believe that's pretty cool. That's more than fine because you're able to get a lot of enter the battlefield triggers and a lot of leave the battlefield triggers because of this card. I can see Jolly Balloon Man being in Commander for a lot of decks real quick. And then we have a Plains. We have Don't Make a Sound. I was about to say Don't Make a Second. That's right, Don't Make a Second. Counter target spell unless the controller pays 2, and if they do, you surveil 2. So, not bad little counter spell. And then we have a Glimmer creature token. Alright, so 3 Down 3 to go so far. I am happy with how this is going. Got down, really. I don't usually get good pre-release kits, so like this is definitely something I like. This will never happen again, so I'm glad I'm actually recording this. Alright. Defiant Survivor. For a green and 2, you get a 3/2 survival ability. If it's tapped during your second main phase, you get the Manifest Dread. Simple, easy, can start making bodies to help you out. Exercise. Exile target artifact creature or, artifact enchantment or creature with power 4 greater. Sorcery for 1 and a colorless, not bad in sealed, not bad in constructed either. I can see this being something to use in sideboards for anything that contains white in the deck. Next one, Get Out. For 2 blue, instant, counter a creature or enchantment spell, or return 1 or 2 target creatures and or enchantments you own to your hand. So be able to save something or counter something. I got a Riku deck that's definitely going to love this card. I'm always looking for cool modal spells, and this one definitely fits that bill. Shroud Stomper. For 3, 2 white, 2 black. It's a 5/5 death touch. When it enters or attacks, each opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life and draw a card. This is really good and limited. I can see this being some sort of reanimation target in Standard or Commander, but all in all, as far as just a big creature and sealed, yeah, this is a good bomb to have. A 5/5 death touch for 7. I'm sure you'll be able to find a way to cheat it out, or if the games go late, it's definitely going to swing it in your favor. Oh, wow, sweet. Alright, so we got the Wandering Rescuer, the desparked version of the Wanderer. So a 3/4 for 2 white and 3, it has flash and convoke, double strike. Other tapped creatures you control have hexproof. This is a way to help save a lot of your guys when you're able to play it. Plus, it will trigger a lot of survival abilities on cards, because if you play this during combat as a little combat trick or something like that, once you do that, second main phase comes around, you're going to have a lot of people tapped. The survivor will trigger, and then you get a lot of cool value out of that. So yeah, wow, this would have been a heck of a steal pull. Alright, we have Etched Cornfield. We have Let's Play a Game. So for a black and 3 sorcery, Delirium, choose 1. If you have 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard, choose 1 or more instead. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. Each opponent discards 2 cards, or each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. This I really like for Commander. I cannot wait to play it. I'm going to hate playing against it, because that's a lot of value for 4 mana if you're already having Delirium going on. I could see this being really good. And ooh, and another spider. We're just going to put that aside and just move on. Alright, next up. Alright, let's go ahead and get past these here. Alright, we have Flood Pit's Drowner. For 2/1, for a blue and 1, flash vigilance. When it enters, tap target creature and opponent controls, put a stun counter on it, and you can pay a blue and 1 and tap it, shuffle the Drowner and target creature with a stun counter on it into their owner's libraries. Alright, so you're a way to start manipulating the board a little bit better, but if anything, being able to play it for flash and stun something, avoid that big attack, and then get it out of there, I really like this little combat trick for sealed. Love it. Keys to the House. For 1, it's an artifact. 1 tap, sacrifice Keys to the House, search a library for basic land, put it in your hand. Awesome. Pay 3 and tap, sacrifice Keys to the House, lock or unlock a door to a target room you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Alright, I can see the reason why, because some of these doors have really great effects. It'd be broken if you could do it at instant speed. So having that as sorcery, don't mind that at all, because being able to pay 3 and tap instead of paying like 6 or 7 mana for a door to be open, yeah, I can definitely see a reason why that would be something to hang in there for. So Keys to the House, pretty good. Intruding Soul Rager. For a red and a blue 2/2 vigilance, tap, sacrifice a room, intruder Soul Rager deals 2 damage to each opponent, draw a card. Not bad. 2/2 body for 2, and if you're going with rooms, yeah, this can be a little bit of a late game finisher to get those stalemates out of the way. Plus, it draws you cards. I really like it. Popular Egotist. So a black and 2 for a 3/2, pay a black and colorless, sacrifice another creature or enchantment. The Egotist gains indestructible, and you tap it. And whenever you sacrifice a permanent, target opponent loses 1 and you gain 1. Alright, so if you have an aristocrat style thing, you got a little bit of a sack outlet. It's not like a continuous thing. You can do it for free, so. But being able to pay for it, sack something, and then get a little bit of life back, it's pretty good. Like, I can see this definitely being instilled. You are upside down. Why are you upside down? I'll be with you in a second. Alright, we have Leyline of Transformation. It begins the game in play if it's in your starting hand. You can choose to put it in play. Choose a creature type, and all your creatures that you choose of that creature type in play. The same is true for the creature spells you control and creature cards you own that are on the battlefield. So it basically turns every creature in your deck and in hand into a creature type you want, so like dragons or something like that. So that's pretty cool. We've got an island. I want to flip you over. Fear of Abduction. We now have aliens in Magic the Gathering, ladies and gentlemen, or creatures that are pretending to be aliens. 5/5 for a 2 white and 4. As you cast this spell, exile target creature you control, or a creature you control. Flying, and when this creature enters, exile target creature an opponent controls. When Fear of Abduction leaves the battlefield, put each card exiled with it into its owner's hand. Alright, so this is a way to save one of your creatures, but also get rid of one of their bigger ones. And plus you get a 5/5 flying body. So there you go. And we get a spirit. Alright, last pack for the pre-release kit. Right now, I think I would have gone Naya colors. I would have went green, white, red with everything going on. Because 4 out of the 5, like 5 out of the 6 that I pulled so far for the mythics and rares would have went into that deck. Alright, let's see how we can finish on this one. Alright, threats around every corner. For a green and 3, when this enters, manifest dread. And whenever a face-down permanent you control enters, search your library for a basic land card, put on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Love it, being able to thin out your deck, get some land going, and yeah, you're playing green, you're going to be able to get this out a little bit earlier than that. Piggy Bank. One of my favorite... This has one of my favorite flavor texts in this set. It's like, remember when you smashed me for a little pocket money? Yeah, I'm never using a piggy bank again. So for a 3/2, for a red and 1, when it dies, create a treasure token. Yep, that's a good toy right there. Next, we have a Veteran Survivor. For a 2/1 for 1, survival at the beginning of the second main phase. If it's tapped, exile up to 1 target card from your graveyard. As long as there are 3 or more cards exiled with Veteran Survivor, it gets +3/+3 and has hexproof. Yeah, this can be really good. And plus, it's a 2/1 for 1. Not a bad body right early in the game. I remember back in the day when Savannah Lions was the thing with a 2/1 for 1. Now you have all this stuff going on. Man, have the times changed. Next, we have Valgavoth's Faithful. So for a 1 black for a 1/1, a black and 3, sacrifice the Faithful, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. Yeah, reanimation in this set. Definitely see a lot of cool things happening in Sealed. This could be really cool when it happens. It looks like we got maybe got an extended art thing. That's pretty cool. Or that might be an art card. I think that's an art card, yeah. You know what, if I just looked at this, I would have known. Alright. Next, we have Razorkin Needlehead. So, a 2 red for a 2/2. It has first strike during your turn. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Razorkin Needlehead deals 1 damage to them. This is the Cenobite of the Magic the Gathering world. Love this card. Mono red players rejoice. We have another good 2-drop. We have a Raucous Carnival. Oh, we got 2 foils. We have the Erratic Apparition. And then the artwork. Wow. Alright, so what artwork are you? I just want to find out what it's over. Oh, Demonic Console. Okay, and it's a signed one. Like, that's pretty cool. I love that. I've been a fan of these. My wife loves the artwork. It's just the glossy finish. A little bit of a texture issue for it. But I'll definitely put this aside. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So as far as the pre-release kit goes, this was a fantastic kit. Now let's open up these 2 bonus packs that we got and see what we would have won. Alright. So this here, we have that. And it looks like these are in reverse, so we'll be able to do these a little bit quicker. I'll just do the rares and whatever's on top. So we got a cracked skull. Yep, makes sense. We got a forest. We have Victor. Valgavoth's Seneschal. If I didn't say that right, I do apologize. A white, a black, and 1 for a 3/3. It has Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, or when you fully unlock a room, surveil 2. If this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time, each opponent discards a card. And if it's the third time, put a creature card from your graveyard on the battlefield under your control. From a graveyard. That's even better. That's really good. I love that. Cindy's got a Zur the Enchanter deck. This will definitely be making its way into. Plus, this looks like the villain from Big Trouble in Little China. A little bit. Maybe the second cousin twice removed from the father's side. Alright. We have Break Down the Door. Exile target artifact, exile target enchantment, manifest dread for green and 2. Instant. Yep, Riku's got another card there. Vengeful Possession, gain control of target creature, untap it, it gains haste, and you discard a card, draw a card if you wish. For a red and 2 sorcery, not bad. Skullnap Nuisance for a black and 1, 1/4. Has Eerie whenever an enchantment you control enters, or when you fully unlock a room, surveil 1. Alright, get to manipulate your deck a little bit. And Oceus Stick Twister. Say that 5 times fast. Black and 1 for a 2/2 lifelink Delirium. If you have Delirium, each opponent may sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. Then the Stick Twister deals damage equal to its power to each opponent who didn't sacrifice a permanent or discard a card in this way. And this happens at the end step, beginning of the end step. So, alright, pretty cool. And let's go to the last pack. All in all, this was a really good value for what I got. Alright, we have a spirit, we got a rare room. And we got we'll just go ahead and do the last 2 here. I didn't mean to see this, but I saw it was a mythic, so I got 2 overlords. All right. The Grand Entryway and the Elegant Rotunda. For white and colorless, when you unlock this door, create a 1/1 white glimmer creature token. Nice. And for a white and 2, when you unlock this door, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. It's simple, it's easy, it's nice. This is actually a common. I thought it was rare. Oh well. I still love the artwork, and I think this is pretty cool for a token deck. Finally, we have the Overlord of the Balmerk for a 5/5 for 2 black and 3, or impending 5 for a black and 1. When it enters or attacks, you mill 4 cards, then you may return a non-avatar creature card or a planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. So you're able to get some recursion back to the hand. Not bad. And plus the 5/5 body for 5. The impending, not a bad thing to have. Get something back later on, early in the game. Or just hold out. You have a big body and be able to start doing that more and more throughout the game. Get you some options. But there you have it. That's what was in the pre-release kit. And I am looking forward to getting a lot of these cards in the commander decks. And hopefully you all enjoyed this unboxing video. If you like it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let everybody know the House Hedge Gaming is here for all of your gaming needs, as we are now in the Duskmourn era of Magic the Gathering, and we are getting into the haunting season, so be on the lookout for some haunting gameplays here on the channel very soon. But until next time, everyone, stay safe, and take care, my friends.